Say what is going on, guys. I'm SpawnTrapped, bringing you another video with some crappy demolition gameplay that you probably don't want to watch anyways, but you're here to listen to this story. And before I start the story, I do want to say that nobody in the end does get hurt. So don't, get super freaked out like this is something sketchy. But the whole time, I really did think that this was a dangerous situation that I was put in. But in the end, everybody was safe, and that's probably the first thing you know. Anyways, this is something that happened over the summer. For some of you guys, that I have for the last year and a half. Worked at a Boys and Girls Club, which is a program for elementary school kids. If you're not familiar, or you're from outside the U.S. and you just simply don't have these type of programs, or you have something similar to this. Anyways, I do work with elementary school kids, and I'm similar to a gym teacher. I'm not a gym teacher at all. I'm not even qualified to be a gym teacher. But what I do for a job is similar to that. I lead gym activities for the kids. So over the summer, we were in the gym. I was in there with about 8 or 9 kids. I was the only one in there, and then the other staff members and some of the other kids were over in another room, like the main room that all the kids come to when the day begins for them during the summer. So we were kind of split up in 2 different areas, and we'd been playing dodgeball, and partially through playing dodgeball, my boss had talked to me on the walkie-talkie, and she told me we needed to clean up really fast and get back to that main room because something was going on and we needed to hurry up. And it was like 15 seconds later that she told me that I had to get the kids to a safe place inside the gym because I wasn't going to have time to get back through the hallway and get back to that main room because there was, some real urgency and something was really going down. So basically the gym is obviously a big open area, and if you do think about it, there's probably nowhere to really hide out inside of a gym, but there was a storage closet that we put all the equipment in, and that storage closet is about the size of my bedroom. It's just got like concrete walls. It's nothing fancy, and it's just loaded with gym equipment. So basically I took the kids into the gym closet, and we turned off all the lights inside the gym. It looked like some of the lights in the hallway might be off, but could have just been me, looking around the corner too fast to try and check. That I didn't really notice because I was kind of getting a little bit panicked. And I took a look at my phone, and my boss had texted me and told me that there was some sort of threat. Somebody outside the school maybe was trying to get in that could pose a threat to us. So we had turned off all the lights in the gym. We were inside this gym closet, and I was in there with a volunteer who was in junior high. I'm going to say his name was Joe. And Joe, myself, and 8 or 9 kids were all inside this gym closet. And we didn't have a key to lock the gym closet. So we were in this room the size of my bedroom, and I could not lock the door, which was, it made it be more scary, I guess. And we turned off the light inside the gym closet. We didn't want anybody to know we were in there. And I had taken, bins of dodgeballs and, a thing full of hockey sticks, and we had, piled it up in front of the door, and we were just really trying to lock it down. I'd given Joe my phone to use the flashlight on it, and he was just kind of sitting over in the corner with the kids as I kind of just sat next to the door, just kind of listening, and we were just kind of trying to see if we could hear any footsteps or anything, because there was potentially some sort of sketchy person inside or outside the school, and we didn't really know what was going on. So we were a little bit panicked, obviously, and we were just trying to listen in and see if we could hear anything. And eventually, at some point, a couple of the kids came up and they stood next to me, and they had baseball bats in their hand. It was pretty strange that they were able to do that. I guess the kid who came up with the idea did play Left 4 Dead, so that kind of does explain that. But the fact that, they were just set was kind of scary. Anyways, at some point, Joe came up to me and he was like, we should really switch places. There was some kind of issue with the kids as far as waiting. And it did turn out that one of them did have to go to the bathroom because, when you get in a situation like this where you're kind of scared and you're kind of worried about what could possibly be happening, I, as a kid, definitely would have been put in the same situation where I'd have to go to the bathroom. So, I was like, if we can just hold on a little bit longer, just try and hold it in. If this thing would have went on for more than 20 minutes, I'd have probably had to have found a bucket or something, and I did not want any part in doing that. Absolutely no. Anyways, then what happened next, that's maybe the scariest thing of all, was the one kid. He was an older kid. He started talking, and he was scaring everybody with what he was talking about. Anyways, he says to the kids, he's like, this right here, this is the inner workings of ISIS. ISIS is coming for us, and we have to be ready. I saw it on the news. ISIS is coming to America. And I'm like, kid, you gotta stop. You're just scaring everybody. And, he just kept trying to scare him. And there was one kid that started crying. She was, super scared. She was believing everything this kid was saying. But I eventually got the kid to stop talking and, stop trying to scare everybody. So after a couple of the kids finally put down their baseball bats and we just chilled out in this dark gym closet for like 10 more minutes, they eventually let us free. And believe it or not, when we did get free, we just went back to that main room where everybody else was. They'd been hiding out inside the office, and nobody really knew what was happening. So then when it came to lunchtime and, some of the kids had Hot Pockets or whatever they needed me to heat up, I went into the room that has the microwave. It's kind of like a kitchen kind of thing. And I was heating up these Hot Pockets. And there were a couple other staff members. I believe it was a janitor that was in there. And, I was asking, what was up with that whole lockdown thing, like what was happening. And, turned out that the whole thing was a practice. Wasn't real. There wasn't really anybody out there. The whole thing was a practice. And we just didn't get filled in, I guess, well enough. Or nobody filled me in well enough on what exactly was happening. So that was a scary experience that should have never been scary in the first place. But, what can you do about it now? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this story. I'm SpawnTrapped. Be sure to check out my channel. All the links are down in the description. I just spit all over the screen. Hopefully none of you guys saw that. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the Swerve Alliance. And hopefully you guys put some great responses into the RC. I'll be trying to watch all of them, and hopefully there are some good ones in there because I'm super psyched to watch them. Anyways, see you guys in the next video tomorrow.